I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving last week. Today I'm going to answer this popular question.
Turn up, let's go.
Welcome everyone to this episode of the AskJasonGelios Show. I'm your host, Michigan Realtor Jason Gelios. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you're tuning in for the first time, I want you to know that I share this every week, right? So I upload a new episode of the AskJasonGelios Show every week. Every Thursday I get it up there on itsallabouttherealestate.com, on YouTube, on Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. I really try to get out there, but ultimately, It's All About the Real Estate is my main hub. So with that said, I really appreciate you guys liking, commenting, sharing. I say this every episode. I'm just really humbled and grateful for those of you who share this video with your friends, family, and whatnot. A lot of you also share the link to people, and those people have reached out to me to potentially work with me. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. Just want to say that on the air here. Now, today we're going to be answering this question, and it's, should a listing agent, or is it ethical for a listing agent who represents a seller to share the bottom price that their client, their seller, is willing to accept? Should they share that with the buyer's agent? Well, we're going to go ahead and answer that in today's episode. Last week I was asked this question, although it's not the first time I've been asked this, but I'm going to share it with you guys. So, can a listing agent disclose the bottom line price that their client is willing to take, the seller is willing to accept during negotiations with the buyer's agent? So you have a listing agent and the buyer's agent calls and says, hey, we want to place an offer on the house. Do you think your seller would accept this price? Or where do you think we need to be? And the seller's agent, the listing agent, says, oh, well, you know what? I'm sure my seller would accept $150. Go ahead and write it up and send it over. Okay, well, that breaks the fiduciary duty that the listing agent has with the seller. You cannot disclose that information. It's not ethical, for one. And two, again, it breaks the fiduciary duty. As a listing agent, and even as a buyer's agent, you have a duty to your clients to keep important, critical information confidential. So if I'm a listing agent and I'm telling a buyer's agent who's thinking about writing an offer for their client, hey, go ahead. You know what? I think you'll be fine writing it at, let's say, $150,000, right? Well, I just broke the fiduciary duty to my client. So you should not be doing that at all. So is it bad for a listing agent to do that? Absolutely. Everything should be confidential. Okay, keep things, like what I would tell a buyer's agent is, hey, present your best offer and I will present it to my client. Okay, you keep things, because bad negotiation, that's bad negotiation skills when a listing agent reveals what their client is willing to accept for their house. You just don't do that. So hopefully that didn't happen to you if you're a seller watching. And if you're a buyer's agent, I don't blame you for asking, right? But at the same time, just know that it's probably not the most ethical thing to do. And if you're a listing agent watching this, don't ever do that. Don't ever reveal what your client will accept. Okay, I know maybe you've done that multiple times, but you really shouldn't. And it can land you in hot water should your seller find out. So that is the answer to that question. I really appreciate you guys tuning in here. This is a weekly show for those of you just tuning in. I upload this weekly on itsallabouttherealestate.com. That's where I get the most views, but I'm also on YouTube and Facebook and all those other social media platforms, Instagram and whatnot. So with that said, I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. Subscribe, like, follow, really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys next week.